Hello and welcome to Queendom TV, and today guys I'm going to be asking a question that a lot of people are going to probably be like, oh my gosh, how can she say this, or she's just trying to jump on the bandwagon or what. But I feel like I have, if you've watched my previous video where I talk about why I believe Jada Smith is a witch, or my videos, you understand why I'm asking this question. I'm going to ask a question that I don't think anybody has asked this far, and I want to ask this to the wider public, genuinely. What if Jada had something to do with Tupac's death? Like, what if? Now, I am not knowledgeable enough in this area, which is why I'm throwing this idea out to the wider public for people to let me know what your thoughts are, particularly if you know about a lot about this situation. But it just seems like, for me, Tupac very simply was, yes, did he help? Who benefited whose career more? I would say he benefited Jada's career more than she did being in his life. He obviously died in the end, which again, one thing that I've been learning about narcissists, which I would suggest that Jada is a narcissist, is that a lot of narcissistic people, they would be happy if their victims, excuse me, died, because they have much more to gain in their death than them being alive. Because why? Because they're going to get the sympathy from everybody and the attention, all these things that they want, right, as a narcissist. So to me, I was thinking, I wonder. And for me, I also feel that Tupac, although he, from a lot of things he spoke about, seems like somebody who, was kind of wrestling with God, to be honest with you, in terms of, just the industry, the life that he grew up in, how, things he'd been exposed to. And that for me is very opposite to Jada, who I personally feel like very, very quickly, very early on, from what I'm sensing, from what I've seen, was kind of already selling out to the devil, if you ask me. Like, and again, this is just my opinion. I'm just throwing ideas out there because I feel like this is something worth questioning and talking about, especially given everything that's going on. So that's why I'm wondering. I wonder if she had anything to do with it. Like, I wonder if it favored her. I wonder what it was. I wonder if she was the one who's even sacrificing him, but then orchestrating for it to happen a different way. Because ultimately, when it comes to these sacrifices and stuff, like, I think a lot of people feel that the sacrifice always has to be done in like a direct manner, in terms of you like being the one to stand there, like hold the person's hair back and like slit their throat and like kill them. But I don't think it's always that simple. I don't think it always has to be that direct. I think even if it's that she's the one who called the shots, or she's the one who was approached and said, we need your permission. If you permit for this to happen, then you will have fame, power, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like her and Tupac were never going to last, for starters, because of how different they actually are, given what she's turned out to be like now. I think she was always going to turn out to be this way. I personally feel like she's a chosen one of Satan. Like, genuinely, I feel like just like how in the Bible you have chosen ones of God, like David, Joseph, all these people. I feel like Satan also has his chosen ones, right? One of which I believe is actually Jada Pinkett Smith. And so I'm wondering, like, if she was part of how that thing came to be, because she benefited off of that. People still talk about her. I think a lot of people who otherwise would not give a damn who she was actually care more for her existence or support her more, just purely because of her connection to Tupac. And I kind of feel like what's going on with Will, it would have happened with Tupac in a different, not the same way, but maybe different, as in, I feel like Tupac was more trying to do his own thing. He was more trying to not be completely caught up in the evil of the industry, etc., which I feel like Will was trying to do that and thought he could do it, but then he just got outdone by, the high level witch herself, Jada. So it worked out for them for a while, but again, it's just like, it's almost like the next stage now of all of this is, again, she's just like, for her, she's always coming out on top. And it's kind of like what I say about the Kardashians, how I say that no man survives the Kardashians. Like, no man comes out the other end of the Kardashians and is doing better for it. They always end up being scapegoated somehow, looking like they were wrong, looking like this, losing their success, losing respect. They lose something, losing their life, So again, I just kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe it's an outlandish question, maybe it's an outlandish claim. I think it's something worth considering, because especially since there's so much conspiracy theory around it. I'm just thinking, yes, did certain people have stuff to gain by killing him? Absolutely. But who also had a lot to gain Jada. Who also has had a great career since then? Jada. You know, who has Will consistently even spoken up about himself, felt constantly compared to? Tupac. Because of who? Jada. So I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Just a question, crazy question, I know that I've asked, but I'm asking it because if you don't ask, you don't know. And a lot of people get away with things because people do the very one thing I've noticed, the older I get, the closer I get to God, the more I realize that the very things that you would never question if people did them, like you would never think, oh, and you think to yourself, oh, no one would ever do that, oh, so and so would never do that, those are the very things that people do as human beings. That's exactly what people do. So I'm not gonna be the one to, I could have just said nothing, but I was like, let me just, I'll throw the question out there, especially in case anybody else is thinking, because you guys know that's what I do on here. Like on my channel, I'm like, look, I'm throwing ideas out there to see if anybody else is questioning the things I'm questioning. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll probably talk more about this after like I get some responses from people and just see what people are thinking, particularly those of you who know more about this whole Tupac situation. So yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.